Let's see how Poilievre reacted to this recent tragedy of a toddler. Well, they say here being sexually assaulted. Let's cut to the chase. That toddler was raped. So let's make no bones about it. Mr. Poilievre?
So despite the big show, he's not only done nothing, he's made it worse. On crime, he made a big show about how he was going to address the liberal crime crisis. Well, what has he done? He has not changed a single liberal law. He has done nothing. It has been a show about nothing in Mr. Carney's government, but unfortunately it has been a horror show in our communities. Stories of little children being viciously and appallingly assaulted in their own homes by burglars who are out on release. Another horrific tragedy today that we just learned about, where innocent First Nations are the victims. And a horrendous case of a father losing his life coming to the defense of his children who witnessed his death. These are the stories that Mark Carney's Liberals have made more common through their catch and release criminal justice system. Even Liberal mayors are turning on the Carney government and saying, what the hell is taking you so long? Our streets are being overtaken by gangsters and criminals. And Mark Carney has put on a big show about nothing. He has done absolutely nothing. His minister even attacked me for saying that people should be allowed to defend themselves in their homes. He said that it isn't the Wild West. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, after 10 years of liberal laws, it is the Wild West out there. People are feeling afraid. Seniors afraid to go outside. Parents afraid to let their children play alone. Canadians afraid their car might be stolen. Drugs are killing a record number of our people, and Mark Carney has put on a big show about nothing.
So, Mark, let's start with you again. The alleged rapist is a reprobate by the name of Daniel Senecal, but now he goes by the name Danny, the feminine spelling, D-A-N-I. He's clearly male. We know he's male because he has a penis. That's what he used to rape the toddler, allegedly. And get a load of this. We were just tipped off yesterday, and we're going to be going to Welland to track down where this guy is. He'll still be in a cell. But he is now, look at that picture. Does that look even remotely female? But guess what? He identifies as female, so he's being treated as a female. He's in a segregated cell. He has female police officers strip searching him. Mark, this is a farce. I don't think we're a serious country anymore when you have somebody alleged of raping a toddler again, claiming he's a woman, and we take his word for it? What the hell is going on?
Yeah, they need to change these rules because they're absolutely outrageous. We've seen a slew of rapes inside the prison system, pregnancies, because somebody claims to be a woman when they are obviously not, and yet they get into these female facilities and they wreak havoc. And so that's an issue. But you have to ask yourself, why are the Liberals doing this? I mean, isn't it a no-brainer that their laws, their open door, revolving door bail policies are leading to an increase in crime? I look for reasons and think anybody would tell you that when you let reprobates back onto the streets, that you're going to get more crime. I mean, that is basic common sense, and yet they continue to do it. Why? The only reason I can think of is that they're using crime. They are exploiting the explosion in crime that they are creating to go after legal firearms. They desperately want to take every last pea shooter off the street that's used by a legal firearms owner, right? Those are the real targets, not the illegal firearms. Yeah. They want to target anybody who's got a firearm legally and continues to use that firearm legally in Canada. That's really what they're targeting. And so I think that they allow crime to ramp up because their policies are encouraging more of it. And at the end of the day, they'll use that as a pretext to go after legal firearms owners. That's my personal view of it. Obviously, they're not going to admit to it, but that's the only real reason I can think of that they are allowing this travesty to happen.
I think you're right, Mark. I think these tragedies give reasons for the Liberals to make the case for more gun control, more gun laws, more gun grabs, not connecting the dots, and that would be, if you're a bad guy, you don't follow the law, right? You're penalizing the honest, law-abiding, tax-paying gun owners of Canada. Absolutely insane. Sue-Ann, I want to talk about this whole gender identification nonsense. To Mark's point, I believe the stat is, what a shocker, what a coincidence. I believe that more than 80% of so-called trans women, this is a man pretending to be a woman, and you don't even need the surgery or the hormones or anything. You just say, I'm a chick, good enough for the federal government. Well, more than 80% are in the slammer for, guess what? Sex assault cases. So you're putting, I think, the fox in the chicken coop to prey on other female prisoners. I know from Heather Mason of Cosbar, a former prisoner herself at the Kitchener facility for female prisoners. It's so bad that even if the guy is 300 pounds and has a beard, but Bubba now goes by the name Betty, if you dare misgender him, you are going to be penalized, and it ranges from having your dessert taken away or 1 day of solitary. Sue-Ann, this is madness. How did we get here?
Well, this is 10 years of woke policies by Justin Trudeau. And we can blame Mark Carney. He's just a more ineffective and more evil version, and probably smarter in some ways, manipulative version of Justin Trudeau. But this is what's happened. We've got woke judges. We've got DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. We've got critical race theory. We've got oppressors and oppressed. So believe it or not, Dave, I'm an oppressor. Even though I'm a gay woman married to another woman, I'm an oppressor because I'm Jewish and I'm white. Yeah. So there's been this case of oppression Olympics that I don't actually necessarily totally agree with Mark. I think it's all these woke policies that make Blacks transgendered, whether they're really transgendered. And I think a lot of these men have a fetish. They want to dress as women. I've seen it in the States. They want to dress as women, but they're not really women. They don't really identify, but it's like a kick because they don't have this stuff surgically removed. I actually talked to a transgendered female, a man who had changed to a female many years ago, who did the whole thing, and he is disgusted with the number of people who say they identify as women these days. So the government has enabled this. Our health organizations have enabled it. Our policies have enabled it.
No, I think you're right too, Sue-Ann. And Joe, to Sue-Ann's point, I mean, every once in a while I'll get some radical person go, why do you hate trans people? I don't. If you want to go through life pretending you're the other sex and you're living in suburbia and you're going about your own business, hey, being a freedom absolutist, knock yourself out. However, when you cross the line, and it's always trans women, men identifying as women, and you're going into female change rooms, female bathrooms, competing in female sports, going to female shelters, going into female prisons, you are adversely affecting the lives of real women, and we should call it out. But I'll tell you, Joe, under Mark Carney, I don't see what I call transanity ending anytime soon. He's got a daughter that pretends she's a he right now, so there you go. The proof is in the pudding.
Well, I mean, he said he was going to continue with these woke policies right off the get-go, right? And I always say that, if you look back before Justin Trudeau, all these, like the trans topic, it wasn't an issue. People would stay to themselves. They would, if they loved, like Sue said, it's their kick, they would keep it at home. But now what Justin Trudeau has done and what Mark Carney is continuing to do is just push it down everyone's throat, making it like so that everyone in Canada has to, bow down. We have to appreciate them. We have to, put them on a high totem pole. Like, and then you got regular Canadian citizens that look at the situation, and to someone with common sense, this is mental illness.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm with you. And what are we doing? We're rewarding mental illness. If Mr. Senecal is found guilty of this heinous crime, which is
Right.
very likely from what I understand, his penalty is going to be serving a prison term with other females, potential victims. This is absolute madness. And but it looks like wokeism trumps everything, including common sense and justice. It's absolutely despicable.
Listen up, Calgary. Our Rebel News 10th birthday bash is almost here and we want you there. But early bird ticket sales end this Monday night at midnight. After that, prices go up, no exceptions. So lock in your spot now for an unforgettable night of fun, food, free speech, and music. And don't worry, Toronto, we didn't forget about you. We've got a birthday bash coming your way in October. Head on over to happybirthdayrebel.com. Grab your tickets today before the deadline passes you by.